Hello and welcome to episode 81 of Let's Run Facebook Ads, the podcast. Myself, Nick Boddington. Hope everyone's well today. Right, today we're going to be changing things up. You notice that we've probably been talking about how we need to keep everything in the platform on this podcast. And this episode is no different because now we're going to look into audience building. We're going to be moving away kind of from what the pixel's doing to what is happening within Facebook. And we're going to build our audiences for retargeting out of that. So let's get right into it. Okay, morning everybody. Right, so we need to basically change the way we're building audiences, and this isn't a given. This isn't like it has to be done this way, depending on how much traffic you're getting and things like that. But the reasons behind it are that Facebook is having to keep everything in the platform. So you notice when we're talking about lead forms, we never used to talk about lead forms. We used to talk about getting the user to click your ad and go through to a landing page and then opt in for your newsletter or your offer or whatever it might be. And we'd rely on the pixel to gather that information and warm that pixel up, and it would be, and then we could use the pixel to retarget. Now, this is still the case, but what we have to realize is that iOS 14 has knocked out like 97% of people who use Apple products have decided to opt out, which is really, really annoying for us as Facebook marketers. So with that being the case, if we create an audience of 1,000 people, let's say 10,000 people that have hit our website, and we create an audience of people who've gone onto a website and hit that main homepage, and we want to retarget them with our second ad. If most people are on Apple and most people on Apple have opted out, we can expect those 10,000 to have diminished to like 3,000, which actually gives us only like 3,000 people to retarget, which is really annoying. Now, it's not to say that we're not going to use the pixel information to retarget those 3,000 out of the 10, but we need to do other things to get our retargeting better. So how do we do that? Well, firstly, what we need to do is, and bear in mind, everyone, a little bit of a news flash, I'm going to be starting to do YouTube videos or more. All these podcasts at the moment go onto YouTube anyway, but it's essentially me talking to the camera here. And if you listen, and it's more really podcast driven because it's more audio with my face. I want to do a lot more how-tos because the platform is changing in such a way where I want to show you how to build these audiences. I want to show you how to implement the pixel. So I'm going to start making videos, but it's resource driven, resource led, as you know. I'm not going to be able to do the editing on a video. So they might look a bit scruffy. And if you don't mind, but I will do a video like, it might be coming on the, sorry, I'm mumbling. I do a podcast on something like this. And I say, hey, if you go to my YouTube channel and you can watch this particular episode of me doing these things, as long as you're happy to excuse the editing a bit crap to start off with, then, and you don't mind, then that's great. But I've got to get someone to help me out with all this sort of stuff, as you can probably imagine. Right, so what we want to do is I want you to go into your audience base. So go into your Ads Manager account, you choose your Ads Manager account, you go into your audiences, which is a little 3 lines on the side, click on that, you'll get your used icons, click on audiences. Okay. When you're in there, you create a new audience, which is the blue box on the left, and we're going to create a new custom audience. The custom audience is based on the activity of the first group is website, app activity, catalog, customer list, and offline activity. Now, as you know, customer list is how we upload our email addresses from all our subscribers, and the website one is basically what we do with actions done on the website with a pixel. Now, this area here now is labeled your sources. And underneath that is the next area, which is called meta sources. So what I'm saying to do now is, of course, carry on with your normal sources, but we also want to create meta sources. The meta sources are where Meta is keeping hold of the user's details. And what I mean by that, what they're doing. So if you're using Facebook forms, it's going to, and you know, we're using Facebook forms a lot. A Facebook form is in Facebook, it's in app. They're not leaving Facebook. If they left Facebook, we'd have to go onto website sources and use what's happening on the pixel. But we can use lead form. Okay, so this is where what we want to be doing. We can look at instant experience ads. We can look at followers of Instagram. We can look at followers of Facebook. We can people who've liked your Facebook page, watched videos. So it's everything that's kept and done within the Facebook app. So for instance, your sources on the website would include things like, let's wait for it to open, all website visitors, people who visit specific website pages based on that URL, visitors by time spent, visitors who view content, visitors who purchase your product, all these things. So we can do those and carry on, but we want to get more intelligent. We want to use the information that Facebook knows about the user, not what the pixel is kind of guessing about. And we're knowing the pixel is falling over a lot at the moment. So we start going into the meta sources, which is, again, we go to create audience, we let it open up, and we have the meta sources. And we have the first one, which is video views. Okay. So in here is where you can start recording or building audiences based on the video views that someone is doing. So we would always say, do a video. So whether you're, especially if you're doing lead generation, we have a load of our clients doing these expert panels. An expert panel for description purposes is they're going live on YouTube on the 3rd of August to talk about how, if you've got £50,000 in the bank, how you can use that to buy property the right way. Okay, so that you would put a Facebook ad up. That Facebook ad would be a video of them talking for 30 seconds about what you're going to get from that Facebook Live or that YouTube Live. And then people fill in the form to get onto it. So you've got two things here. You've got people who watch the 30 seconds of the video, that advert you've done, and you've got people who use the form. So the video can be split by anyone who watched the video, anyone who watched 25 seconds of the video, 50 seconds, 75 seconds, 90, and the full 100%. You can build audiences based on that. Lead form. Now this gets split down by people, anyone who opened the form, people who opened it but didn't submit the form, and people who opened and submitted the form. Now again, I would use people who opened and submitted the form because you're going to get the best people. We don't want the oh, I thought about it and then didn't do it. We want the people who did do it and became a lead to your business. Okay, they're the ones that I would concentrate on the moment, because I would push yourselves towards lead forms for any of your lead generation. And if you're doing any shopping and you're doing things like that, then you do have a shopping course tab here, which is basically based on the platform of Facebook or Instagram to do with your Facebook shop. So here we have a list of things like people who viewed your products, people who viewed products and navigated to the website, people who saved products, people who viewed the shop page, collection page. And then you've got some really good ones here. People who added any products to their basket, initiated checkout, or purchased. So you can see how Facebook now is really trying to push keeping people on the platform through your Instagram shop, your Facebook shop, and lead capturing. And this all needs to be in your strategy of retargeting. So if you are in a position that you are still sending people to your website, and that's the only way you're capturing information, of course, you're going to build audiences based on their actions on their website. But just know that we are losing a lot of the tracking capabilities. We're not holding Joe Blogs anymore. If Joe Blogs is using an iPhone, he is not going to see your retargeting ads because he is opt out. Very likely he's opt out of any tracking on iOS. So we have to keep them in the platform, in the Facebook shops, on the lead forms, and we retarget that way. As I said, I'm going to drop some videos into YouTube. I've just got to get around to doing it, around to editing it. But I hope that helps. Again, it's making you think about how you need to start retargeting people and how you need to use the Facebook platform in the right way with the tools they're providing us. Hope that helps, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.